So we're going to talk real quick about a law change that took place in September of 2022 regarding our healthcare powers of attorney that probably now need to be updated because of this new statute that Arizona adopted and made effective as of September of 2022. Basically what happened is if we want to limit someone's access to another person, we now need to put language into your healthcare power of attorney that says your healthcare power of attorney agent has the ability to limit access to people having access to you if we need to do that in the future. If we don't put that language in there, the statute says the only way we can limit access, people's ability to come in and see you, is by going to court, which is kind of like a guardianship, which is what we're trying to avoid by having a healthcare power of attorney. So I'm not sure if you're familiar with the Casey Kasem case and the situation that happened with his family when he got sick. But basically what happened was he got sick, and prior to his passing, his new wife had limited access for his children from a previous marriage to come in and see him and have access to him before he passed away. And because of that situation, more states are now saying we don't want that kind of stuff to happen unless the court gets involved saying, yes, you can limit access, or no, you can't limit access. So that's where this new statute comes from, saying if you want to have the ability to limit people's access to you, if you become incapacitated, the only way you can do that is by having language in your healthcare power of attorney that gives your power of attorney agent the ability to limit that access to you. This can be, I think the downside to this is really going to be in the situation where we have an incapacitated person and someone's trying to take advantage of that incapacitated person, which we know the elderly are susceptible to undue influence and to a lot of fraud. And so if we're trying to make sure that that person that's now incapacitated is not being taken advantage of, and we want to restrict access to certain people that we know are taking advantage of that person, under the new statute, the only way we can restrict that access is by going to court and getting a judge to say, yes, that person should not have access to this elderly person because they're taking advantage of them. Unless we put language in your healthcare power of attorney that says as much, which gives your agent that you've nominated in your healthcare power of attorney the ability to limit that access to that person. You can restrict the access to whoever the agent feels like they should restrict access to. You can make it very broad, or you can be very narrow and define exactly who you would want to restrict access to. Like if we are estranged from a certain child, or we know that there's a certain relative or friend that has taken advantage of you in the past, then maybe we restrict it to just that group or that person. We define that in the healthcare power of attorney. You know, my agent, Sam, who is my healthcare power of attorney, shall have the ability to limit access for my sister Jane having access to me or coming in and seeing me and visiting me if I'm incapacitated. Or we can make it very broad and say my agent Sam, who's my healthcare power of attorney, can limit access to anybody that they see is taking advantage of me at any point in time. So we think it's very important now that you add that language into your healthcare power of attorney based on this new law change as of September 2022. If you haven't updated your healthcare powers of attorney in the last 2 to 3 years, then it's time to come in and update your healthcare power of attorney so we can add that language. Hope that helps. Thanks.